Physical firewalling. A physical firewall describes the computing device used between the client and the host in a network environment. For example, my host is AT&T and my client is my iPhone. I don't trust my host and I don't trust my client, so I put a device between the two to monitor traffic, create blocking rules, DNS sync holding, and other restrictions. Cool, right? I offer these solutions to my clients and I assure the quality of service and fair pricing. So you could build out one of your old desktop machines to run this installation. However, you need more than one NIC, which stands for a network interface card. My production installation is compact, energy efficient. It comes with a very safe CPU. It also runs on battery backup, and I get a text message on my phone should I ever lose electricity while I'm out and about. That's pretty cool. So what is a safe CPU? A safe processor is either a patched known exploitable system from modern exploits, notably the Spectre Variant 3 vulnerability. So essentially every Intel processor until around 2018 is vulnerable to Spectre. This exploit allows third-party code to break down the isolation between the applications and the operating system, which is normally enforced by hardware. Attackers trick applications into accessing arbitrary locations in the memory, thus making even applications that follow best coding practices vulnerable to attacks that exploit this side channel security hole. So your firewall is going to be running some software, right? So this is kind of important. So chip makers have since issued patches against exploits targeting hardware components. However, some depend on modifications to the motherboard. So look into upgrading your BIOS if you're running legacy equipment. So the idea is to have the lowest possible attack surface. This is what you need to build a firewall. I recommend using pfSense for firewall installations in terms of software. Hardware requirements can be found on Netgate's website, but you don't need a powerful machine to get your setup started. You do, however, need more than 2 NICs to get started, so you have an in and an out. So this will be your upstream and then everything that's behind the firewall. If you're subnetting and you don't want to use a switch, I would go with a 4-NIC setup. A 4-NIC setup is really great for starters and gives an option for expansion should your network grow. A minimum would be 3 NICs, so you can separate your IoTs from your production environment. Remember, you lose 1 NIC to your WAN, so a 3-NIC setup gives an upstream from your gateway to your firewall, a subnet to your production environment, and a subnet to your IoTs, so they're separated. Next, you want to flash pfSense to a USB, get into your BIOS, and then set your priority so your USB comes up first. That way you can pop into the pfSense installation. Installing and configuring pfSense is beyond the scope of this video. However, at 100 likes, I'll create that video, so stay tuned.